Feed for you.
I will go to work, come back from my
night. From Nigeria, you're going to tell me to do that?
Here, I will still make you breakfast, still make you lunch, still make you dinner.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we're looking at couples sharing the household chores in their home. Now this video is inspired by a video I saw online of a couple quarreling over food making. Now I've not watched the full video, but let's check it out together, then I'll share my thoughts.
Feed for you.
I will go to work, come back from my night.
From Nigeria, you're going to tell me to do that?
Here, I will still make you breakfast, still make you lunch, still make you dinner.
If I'm in Nigeria, you're going to
help people to sweep the house. You cannot help.
Don't you have a children?
You don't. I don't have my children. So
don't you have children? They have children. You want me to come and do what you do?
Hurry up and go. I don't know what
you have a plan B. You have a plan now. You have a plan B. That's why you said you have the guts to tell me to hurry up. You are telling me to hurry up.
Yes.
I'll go hurry up. You go try that your plan B. Make it start to be. You go try that your plan B. Don't worry. I'm leaving. Don't worry. Let me go grab it.
Yes, get out. Only to make fish you cannot make. Cook rice you cannot cook rice. Every little thing they say do you cannot do. Every time you are complaining. You will carry title ship all the way from Nigeria. You come to Canada with title ship. You will not support your wife. Are you not looking at your mates? Are you not looking at your mates? The way they help their wife. Your own you be bragging. Now poor for Ariaka. You need a chicken to do it.
No problem.
People go there out a bed.
No problem.
Yes. And you want all of us to share everything 50-50.
But I want to share it. Are we not working?
But you can.
Are we not working?
But you cannot help in the house.
Are we not working?
And you will not help in the house. You
are we not working?
I'm
not supposed to do everything for you.
Okay, I'm working. Are you not working too? Why can't you help? Why can't you help and cook and do all that?
Why can't I help and cook?
The couple are Nigerians. I don't know when they moved to Canada. Let me just dissect this video. Now, the first thing she was talking about is the fact that he doesn't help out with the house chores. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't know how to cook. He doesn't clean the house. He doesn't do anything to help her. She's going out in the morning to go to work. She's doing things. She's also paying the house bills. Nah, that is just ridiculous. She was even saying something about him saying 50-50. So she's doing 50-50. She might be doing 50-50 because I don't know if she's actually doing 50-50. But I know that obviously it seems like she's paying some bills because he's saying, are you not working? Now, that guy there were some things that she said in Igbo. I'm not Igbo, so I could not understand. But I'm sure she was kind of abusing him. Now, the guy is red flag. I'm sorry. He was saying, if we are in Nigeria, will you telling me to go and cook? Oh. This happens a lot with a lot of African men. They do a lot of things when they're in Africa. Let me even just say Nigerian men. They do a lot of things when they are in Nigeria. When they now go to the UK, US, Canada, they begin to think that their wives should do everything and also pay the bills. Now, in Nigeria, the bill system and everything is different. There are some things that are less than when you get to the UK or Canada or US. So the transition of just one person working, especially as an immigrant, is not possible because as an immigrant, especially if you're a new immigrant that's not reached a certain level, you cannot afford to be a one income household. Both parties have to work. If not, a lot of things will not go well. But also both parties will have to do the house chores. You cannot expect her to go to work 9 to 5, come back, take care of our kids, come back, take care of the food, come back, clean the house. Are you trying to kill the person? Are you trying to unalive her? Honestly, she is within her right to call him out. She said he can't even make rice. He can't even do anything. He can't even sweep. He said, why should he be doing the house chores? Because she has kids. How many? There's obviously another child that was filming that video because I saw her hand. The other one was so small. How many things is she supposed to do in the house? Now, the other one, I don't know how old that one is, but I think that one might not be very, very old. Now, I'm going to talk about other things with the filming and the children, but let me concentrate on the man first. Now, he's complaining and saying, oh, if I'm in Nigeria, my gosh. That's why I'm just going to say this, a lot of Nigerian men, when they get to the UK, US, and Canada with their wives and kids, they begin to say, oh, after a while, the wife begins to act in a particular way. And there's been a discourse that a lot of marriages break up when they go to US, when they go to UK, when they go to Canada, not knowing that there are a lot of things that they were doing in Nigeria that the woman was bearing because she had no support. Now she gets to a place where she has support and she's like, I can't take it anymore. And the guys begin to say, I was not doing anything. Sigh. Look at him saying that, I know you have a plan B, because he knows that she is not fearing anymore. If she was in Nigeria and this situation is happening, a lot of people will say, but it's your job to do that. They will even consider that she's stressed up, nothing. And if anything happened to her, in the next 6 months, less than 6 months, they will tell the man to marry someone else to help him take care of the children. Yet he's working her to her bones. She's even tired. That's why she's confronting him. And I'm sure that's not the first confrontation. She has been talking to him. She has been telling him to even try and help. You're saying she should pay 50-50. She should go 50-50 with you with the bills. But you are not even ready to do anything in the house. See him saying, why should I? You have your children. If you're in Nigeria, would you tell me to cook? Will you tell me to do the... What's there in having a balance? What's there in sharing the chores? Everybody, including the kids, should do some chores in that house. The kids should do. He too should do. He should help. At this point, you are in Canada. You cannot be saying, you don't know how to cook rice. You don't know how to cook rice. Even if you cannot make stew, at least rice. You don't know how to make egg for breakfast. My goodness. Now, before I continue with other things that I have to say, let's check out what people had to say about the video.
I came across this video where a couple was arguing because the wife asked the husband to cook some rice. The husband didn't cook the rice because he feels like it's not his responsibility or his job. And the wife got upset because she felt like, well, if I am working to contribute to the finances of this house, just like you are, everything is being split 50-50 between us, then why can you not help me and just do a simple task such as cooking rice when I ask you to? And it turned into this huge argument. In the comments of that video, someone said that, oh, you shouldn't be arguing in front of your kids. That's wrong. I agree with that. Someone else also said, oh, you shouldn't speak to your husband that way. That's very disrespectful. You're picking up this westernized way of doing things. Fine. But in my opinion, I feel that if the wife is helping with the bills, so everything is being split 50-50. She's working, she's helping to take care of the family just like you are. Then you should be able to help your wife as well with simple tasks such as cooking rice. They're in Canada. I'm sure they're not cooking rice on the pot. They have rice cookers. Put the rice, wash the rice, turn the rice cooker on, and the rice is done. Like, she's not asking for much. She's just asking for a little bit of help when she needs it.
So I wanted us to talk about this a little bit, right? And it doesn't matter where this couple is from, because this issue tends to happen across the whole continent of Africa, where couples who are getting into fights and constantly because they'll be like, oh, their wives are becoming like Americanized or westernized, right? That like their wife were not submissive anymore. The wives are asking them to like share things 50-50 and like clean and cook and stuff like that. Like they change a lot. America has changed them. That's the narrative. Like I said, it doesn't matter where this couple is from. So it looks like the wife came back from work and came seeing like the dishes weren't done. Oh, why did it turn off? My light turned off. The dishes weren't done. The rice wasn't cooked. She was like, you didn't cook no food. The dishes wasn't done. Like, you didn't do nothing. I came from work and I have to do it. And some of the comment was saying like, yo, she could have cooked. She could have made like different types of soup and put it in the freezer. And like, it's not his job to cook and clean. Like back home, she wouldn't ask him to cook and clean, right? But for me, it's like, well, back home, she wouldn't have to work, right? Back home, she would have like a house help, a maid, right? So do you think it's fair for her to come from work, come home and cook and wash dishes while he was home all day? And even if that's not his role and that's not what they were used to, but they're not in a new environment, she has to go to work, which is something she's not used to. And she should still come home and cook and clean. Some people in the comments was like, yes, it's still her role because that's what they're used to, right?
I want all of us to share everything 50-50.
But I want to share it. Are we not working?
But you can.
How is it that a married man thinks it is normal to share bills 50-50 with your wife, but it is not normal for you to share housework, house chores 50-50 with her? How is it normal? We both go to work, we work the same hours. Because of that, you want me, you expect me to share bills 50-50 with you, which that I don't have a problem. But it is not normal for you to share housework, house chores 50-50 with me. As that same woman who goes to work and pay 50% of the house bills. How is that normal? So I have to work when I come back home 100% of the time. Meanwhile, you chill with your feet up, drink Heineken, and watch soccer. Somebody should make that make sense to me, because I don't understand. This is the reason why a lot of marriages are ending, especially in the diaspora. And I think it's mostly because of the way that our African parents bring their boys up to think that housework is the woman's position. But they also forget to let those same men know that taking responsibility 100% of the bill is the man's position. Because if you were taking responsibility of all the household bills and letting me stay back to do all that house chores, I'm not going to complain. Not saying that that's not a lot of work. It's still a lot of work. Take care of the kids, clean, do the kids' assignment, do all of that, cook, do all that. It's a lot of work by itself. The fact that I have to add a full-time job, maybe even 2 jobs on top of that, to be able to help you with 50% of the household bills, and you don't expect to help me at home, and this man thinks it's normal. Like, who raised him? Who raised all these men that we are dealing with today? Like, we need to reset, factory reset all of them, honestly. This is the reason why a lot of marriages are ending, because of this. You're struggling to cook, the child is disturbing you, the child's diaper is wet, and the man is sitting with their feet on the couch watching TV. And they can't even help.
Now, let's go to the fact that they were arguing in front of their kids. Personally, I don't like that. If you've been watching some of my previous videos, my earlier videos, you would know that I grew up in a household where DV was rampant. There was all sorts of abuse. There was financial abuse. There was DA. There was emotional abuse. It was not a nice experience. Like, when I say my first memory as a child, the memory that I have as a child, the memory that I can recall as a child, was a memory of me trying to prevent my male parent from beating my mom. Like, I remember everything. I remember the bed. I remember what was happening. There was power outage. there was a candle that we were using to see, and I remember trying to use the candlelight to burn him not to touch my mom. And I was around, I think, 5. So there are other memories growing up. There's one of him trying to choke her and so many things, and there were so many, everybody, and like the whole neighborhood was watching when he was trying to do that, and everybody was just looking. It was embarrassing. It was just something that I don't wish anybody to experience. There were a lot of argument, there was a lot of shouting, because the man was a very terrible person and a narcissistic human being. Any which way, because of that upbringing, I personally have issues, but I don't think it really affected me negatively too much. But there's some things that another person might take, I don't take. Because of that experience, there are things that I'm always making sure to look for in a partner. And if I see that person has the traits that I'm trying to avoid, I pack my load without even that person showing it fully. I'm out of there. Also, I'm always on guard. Seriously, I'm always on guard. I'm always ready to defend myself. I'm always ready to fight. Now, for my sibling, I would say the whole experience has affected my sibling negatively, because I noticed that some of those traits that are not good are obvious in my sibling. Hopefully things will work out for my sibling, but that's by the wayside. Now, because of that experience, when I see couples fighting in front of their kids, I'm always like, no, this is not right. Because it triggers the memory of what I went through, and I don't want anybody to have that kind of experience and then have their childhood affected by such incident. Now, for the recording, at first I was like, who was recording and why were they recording? Then I realized that the person recording is probably the older child, and it's probably maybe a female, most likely a female, and maybe the mother has said that anytime they have any interaction or altercation, that the child should film it because of evidence. She's in a place where women's rights are valued. Unlike in Nigeria, that you will report some incidents to the police and they'll tell you, what did you do? Like, seriously, they'll tell you, what did you do? Or you go to your family members and they'll say, forgive him. He is sorry, he won't do it again. I saw that. So for her in Canada, knowing that those kind of things are not accepted, and if she wants to fight for things, those are the things that she's going to use as evidence. And if my guess is right, that the child filming is a girl, the girl is trying to protect her mother. And from the fact that they are recording it, that the woman and probably the child are recording it, it means that it's not the first time that thing has been happening. And they know the capacity of the man. They know it can reach a level where he might throw hands and he might want to deny it. His body language was really very scary. Trust me, if he was in Nigeria and there was no recording, he would have touched her. He would have touched her. But he knows that if he touched her, straight to jail. And that's why he was holding himself. And he was not talking, you have a plan B. I know you have a plan B. Now, this concept of Nigerian men, let me not say African men, but Nigerian men going outside Nigeria and misbehaving, and then expecting their wives to suffer and smile like they did in Nigeria is rubbish. You are in a country where women are valued, at least more than in Nigeria. You don't expect her to take some of your rubbish again. Now they will go with, someone is corrupting my wife, telling her what to say. telling her what to do so that she can get rid of me and everything. But they will not tell you that they have been doing some things and they have been making her miserable, even from Nigeria. But she was suffering and smiling. And when they got to Canada, UK, US, they said they cannot suffer and smile anymore because they cannot afford to unalive themselves because of someone. Now, I watched a video where a woman was talking about the fact that some men, Nigerian men, are leaving their wives and kids in the UK and returning back to Nigeria. One actually said that he's tired of being on good behavior all the time. Yes, that he's always having to be on good behavior in the UK because he knows that anything that he does wrong, he might end up in jail. So he was talking about the fact that if he should touch the wife, something will happen. If he should do this, something will happen. And he was tired, and so he said he based in Nigeria and probably be just shortly to just visit, that he does not want to live in the UK with his wife and his kids because he cannot be on good behavior all the time. It's tiring. Like when you hear those kind of things, you feel like, what is going on? You don't want to be on good behavior. You always want your bad behavior to be supported, to be excused because you are a man. I was shocked when she said that was his reason, but I'm not surprised because a lot of them are like that. The man in the first video, if after a while he can't take it, he probably will leave her and come back to Nigeria. I will not be surprised if he does that because he doesn't want to do anything. He will come back to Nigeria, marry another wife, and be doing and undoing, and then probably be shuttling and just go. And when she finds out that he has married another wife, she will just divorce him and he will fight. But that's the way some men think, and that's the way some households are. Now, like I said, I don't like that thing is occurring in front of the children because it's not a good experience to have as a child. I wouldn't wish it on any child. The child should have memories of happiness when they are growing up till they reach adulthood and know that adulthood is a scam. But when you are growing up, things should not be that complicated. It should not be that hard. But some of us are dealt with the hand that we are dealt with, and we experience such, and we try not to allow it to affect us negatively in our relationship. Anyway, that's my own thoughts about the situation that occurred in that video. I don't know what you guys thought about it. Do you think the guy was right to say that why she should be telling him to do house chores, to help make food, even though they are both splitting the bills? Do you think he was right to be telling her that if she was in Nigeria, she would not be able to tell him that? Do you think that men that say that are right in their stance? Do you think she was right to tell him to help in the household chores? Do you think she was right to tell him to help prepare food as she's also working 9 to 5? I would love to hear your thoughts about the whole situation. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.